Welcome everybody back. I was messing around with this Springfield shotgun for a short I want to make. Just wanted to jump in here and comment on that my health situation. I know a few people have asked, and I got the Arizona kid there. He's worried. He's been praying for me. I went for that procedure on what was it, Thursday and no Wednesday, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I was having trouble. I couldn't swallow. My stomach was shut off at my throat. So I signed all these papers for I don't know what they're going to do. I had lost 30 pounds since April 17th. Like 2 months' time, I lost 30 pounds. So I go in, I got to sign about a million papers that says no matter what they do, I'm not going to sue them or something. I don't know what that. They must got some new law on that or something. But I signed all them papers. My wife, I couldn't stop her. She had to go with me. My daughter took me. So we're all in this wee little room. Everybody's talking. I couldn't figure out half what was going on. But they take me back, and apparently, what I found out later is they stuck a tube down my throat into my stomach. When I started to pull it out, they couldn't get it out. My muscles locked up. A muscle locked up and grabbed it, spazzed and grabbed it. And they did finally get it out. They tried putting it back in, but that muscle had my whole stomach, my whole throat closed off of my stomach. So, to everybody talking in that room, I did catch the fact that they could either every 6 months give that nerve a shot with Botox so it wouldn't spaz, or they could just operate on me and go in there and cut it somehow down my throat or down through my nose or some shit. I don't know. I haven't got all the details yet, to be honest. But, I get up, I get dressed, I'm all confused. I get home, my daughter goes to work, my wife goes in, lays down. More I wake up, I'm like, well, hell, I signed all them papers. Why didn't they? If that needed done, why didn't they just do it? Here, that's a whole different department. So now I got to start all over again, go to another appointment, get another test to prove that they were right on the other test. And then I got to schedule an appointment to go back to the other place and have the procedure done. But I did find out they did put the balloon down my throat and get my throat open. They said they didn't know how long it would last, so eat while I could. So I ate all day yesterday. But last night, about midnight, I noticed I started having trouble. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up, what they call that, aspirating, when your saliva and that goes down your lungs. I woke up gagging and choking. So obviously, that balloon trick lasted about a day. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get in there and get that muscle cut. They said if I was older, if I was in my 80s, they'd say just do the shot. I guess the shot's not an easy thing to get. But since I'm only 70, which seems old to me, they're suggesting do the surgery. But I got to go get the test and have it explained to me more between the two. But I thought, hell, they were right in there. Why didn't they at least just give me the shot? It would have only lasted 6 months. It wouldn't hurt anything. They could have given me the shot, give me some relief. $175 copay on this test. And all I know is now I got to go take another test. But they did say my throat's perfect, other than being a little inflamed from this flare up. That my throat was perfect. I had no kind of tumors or anything like that, or scar tissue or anything. They said my throat was perfect. It's just that muscle. And they're not muscular, they're gasological, or if I'm saying that right. So I have to, now I got to start all over again. So I don't know where I'll be, but Boy, I must have gained 10 pounds yesterday. I ate for 4 people. They said eat slow, but eat as much as you can while you can eat. And like I say, I ate till midnight. I was on my first piece of pumpkin pie, and that's when she locked up on me, and that was it. This pie sat on the damn table there all day, unopened. I kept thinking, man, I've been starving, I ain't had nothing sweet. Finally, I broke down, I ate a piece of that pie, and that's what did it. I didn't eat the crust, I just ate some of the pumpkin. Man, and wham, I could feel that muscle actually tense up. And I take diazepam, which is a muscle relaxer, but as soon as that gets down my stomach, I just spit it right back up. I don't know why. It must be. I tried putting it in honey and maple syrup. My stomach just will not let that pill go down my throat. I've crushed it and drank it with coffee, everything. Yeah, okay, 6 minutes of bullshit. That's enough. But it's not as bad as it was. All I got to do is get this operation, get that nerve cut. I should never have trouble with it again the rest of my life. There's no tumors, no cancers, man. I'm going to live. My guns are going to have a dad. That's going to be today's short. I found that gun in the rafters of a corn crib. I was hired to tear this corn crib down. And that gun was, corn cribs, they're usually a frame of a building with wire around it, up off the ground on stilts. And has a great big roof that covers over more than just the drip edge. It goes way out big, and the corn that gets air in it don't mildew. But they had this gun shoved up in the rafter. Must have been for like wild animals or something. And it was rusted so bad it wouldn't open. The wood was so bad I couldn't save it. I had to replace the wood, and re-blew it. But it looks rough, but it don't look no rougher than it did all them years ago. Again, as I'm going to say all the time, that was 30 years ago. I did hear people make comments about my comment about everything was 30 years ago, but I can't help it, it was. You couldn't read what this gun was when I got it. And that was back before now I use that Evaporust. Take every bit of rust away in a second. I did all of this gun before that was even invented, that stuff. Whoops, wrong gun. If you look close, you can see it. See? But it wouldn't open. When I did finally get it open, it was loaded. But the wood wouldn't stop. You could just take your hand and go like this, and you'd have a bunch of wood in your hand, So I think I found these on eBay. And they weren't a set, but boy, they did end up matching nice. And from back here, it looks like that's a 20 gauge. It looks like a really nice shotgun from back this far. Which it is. It is a nice shotgun. Hey, but like I say, the good news is I'm going to fucking live. I was scared to death. I thought I had some kind of tumor or something blocking off my throat. But that's how my last dog died. As the tumor got bigger, he couldn't eat and breathe, and eventually died. Oh, and on them lives, I've been doing some lives. I see now I gotta make sure my settings are right. There's no use taking them lives in my room because the guns are jammed in there, you can't see what's what. And I got poor lighting, and I don't want to update the lighting. I keep that lighting like it is because of a mildew problem. All them old military guns with all that creosote will get white mildew all over them if I turn the lights on. And some of these will too. So I'm going to have to lay my guns out on a table like this and have one maybe special one that I can tell a story about or something while we're talking. And I got to have a second screen. I cannot read the comments. They're so small I can't read them. And another thing I noticed, and when I'm on other people's lives, I notice by the time they get to my answer, they don't know what I'm talking about. They forgot the question. And I'm like at my screen here going, come on, you just asked that. But actually, I don't realize the delay. So I see now what's happening. By the time you get the hubba of the things, and somebody will know what that means. But by the time you get to that part, they answer something you said 3 minutes ago. You're off to some other subject you don't remember. And if it's happening to 35-year-old guys, imagine how it is with 70-year-old guys. So you're going to have to remember what you're talking about. You're thinking ahead of what you're going to say, but you're going to have to remember behind it. So that's the third thing I learned, to watch for that delay. But hey, it actually seemed like fun. I actually deleted them all when they, I don't know why, but it takes like 3 or 4 days and then they'll come up like a video. But since they were my first and they weren't that great, I deleted them all. I figure I want a better first impression, I guess. I guess you never get a second chance for a first impression. Hey, well, everybody have a good 4th of July. Celebrate our Independence Day. Like I say, I'm just going to make a short about this shotgun here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it easy. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks for everybody that was asking about my health. I appreciate it. Have a good day.